guys, doing something quite different today. This is Star Citizen, and Star Citizen I have a very love-hate relationship with. I've been a backer since 2012, so I bought ships in the game 12 years ago, and have bought more ships over the years. As time has gone by, I've invested pretty heavily for a game into Star Citizen. And it's an interesting, taking a shuttle over to the spaceport right now, but it's an interesting thing. I'm not going to spend the whole video just talking about the good and the bad and the ugly of Star Citizen. There's certainly plenty of that to go around. But I used to ride the hype train with every new update that came out and every Citizen Con that they would have and every new video they would release and everything. And I finally just had to step away because, you know, as the years went by, it just felt like we were getting incremental, small updates, and you know, a decade had gone by and we still weren't playing a game. We're basically playing a tech demo. I don't consider Star Citizen a fully developed game yet. It is the world's coolest tech demo, I can tell you that. It's extremely detailed. You can see the graphics are gorgeous, and it at times will blow you away. Star Citizen is the kind of game that when everything hits just right, it can be the best game you've ever played, but then it can turn around and break horribly and have all kinds of problems and be the worst game you've ever played. So it's kind of hit and miss.
To the ASOC vehicle retrieval system.
I'm actually going to be
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following
Hangar
location.
01.
Please visit us.
So as you can see, there are things like all the NPCs standing on top of everything. So that's a cool feature that's been around for a long time. You also see NPCs all clipping through each other. So moments like this, where everything's clipping through, you know, two guards clipping through each other, things like that, are mind-boggling that that's still in the game after all this time. But then there are other things which I'm going to show you that are mind-blowing. So even though there are moments where you're like, this is just ridiculous that this is still a problem in this game, there are times... I'm trying to remember how to get to the hangars here. Okay, there we go. Elevators to hangars. There are times when it will absolutely blow you away. What they've done, some of the things they've accomplished in Star Citizen has never been accomplished in any game ever. And that's pretty impressive in its own way. I played about a year ago. I played a little bit because some friends of mine got into it despite me warning them it was a slippery slope to get into this. It is now, okay, before I step out here, I just got this ship. I've never seen it. I've never been inside it. I've never flown it. I don't know anything about it, really. So this is going to be my first time experiencing. You see how huge this hangar is. My lord. But this is the Aegis Hammerhead. I saw it for sale, and it just looked really, really cool. It doesn't have much use in the game as a solo ship. I mean, I'm going to be flying it by myself, and then you can see all these huge gun turrets. It's got 5 or 6 huge gun turrets all over it. It's basically a warship, I believe. Whoa, there's like a huge gap in the middle of it. But it's basically a warship. And I don't do a lot of combat myself. I kind of avoid PvP when I can. I mean, in Star Citizen, everybody does combat a little bit because you can't always avoid PvP. It looks like this is a cargo hold that should drop down. Trying to see if there's a control device anywhere. Or like an inner thought that would open it. Here we go. And see this, in this moment, you can see some of the things that make Star Citizen as good as any game out there, which is an insane level of detail. I mean, look at the detail and the textures. Wow, this is pretty wild. I've never been inside this ship, so I don't know anything about this ship. I know it's very large, and it has combat capability, but I don't really know anything else about it, so let's find out together. Alright, here is a door. Can we open this? Yes. Oh, this is the crew quarters. Actually, before we tour this thing, it looks like there's a lot to see, but the power is off, so let's get to the bridge and power this thing up so that we can actually see. Okay. I don't even know if we're going the right direction. And we are not going the right direction. Okay. So we will close that. Okay, this is to the bridge. This looks like a pit of death. How is this to the bridge? It says bridge. Okay. That looks like a pretty far drop. I don't want to die. Let's climb down this ladder. Oh, and we'll just jump anyway. Alright. So this thing has a... Is there an elevator here? Is this an elevator? Alright, maybe it's because the power's off. Okay. Wow, this is pretty wild. Now, the thing about Star Citizen is their ships are more detailed than the ships in, like, any game that's ever been created. Okay, this is cool. This is pretty cool, I have to say. Alright, where are the controls? Controls. I would like to do it manually if they are there. Wait, there it was. Power on.
Aegis combat system activated. Systems green.
Combat system. Let's see what our... Okay, Alright, well that's enough. The power's on. So now this place should be lit up. And we should be able to walk around and really explore and see everything. So this thing's called the Hammerhead. It has a huge flat face on the ship. Yeah, see, now we have an elevator. There we go. Just needed some power. Alright. So let's see. So these are the huge turrets that are on the sides of this thing. Let's take a look at what that looks like when you're in the turret seat. Oh god, it's glitchy. Oh wow. This is like somebody... This is like A New Hope. This is like Star Wars A New Hope fantasy being played out in the Star Citizen. You can be a gunner and shoot down fighters that are attacking this massive aircraft that you're in. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so I have some friends that play this, but I don't think I have enough to man all the turrets on this thing. This thing has a lot of turrets, so that's where we went to the bridge. There's another turret over there. This is where there's a gap, like there's literally a hole in the middle of this ship, which is really strange. Here's another elevator. Where does this go? Oh, this goes outside. Cool. Very cool. So that's how you're supposed to get in and out of here. Okay. I don't know how many people it's supposed to take to crew this thing. I mean, if you wanted all your turrets, man, that's at least like 6 people. Is that literally all this ship is? Here's some escape pods. But is it literally just a bunch of guns and a pilot seat? And that's all there is to it? It's kind of looking that way. Is this open? No. Okay, what is this? Oh, like a little captain's quarter, maybe? Yeah, living quarters, bathroom. Star Citizen is infamous for always having toilets and showers in their ships, and they've had that since the very beginning. So this is like a captain's quarter, I think. That's cool. Very cool. And this way goes to the bridge. Is this a different way to the bridge? No, this is the same thing that we saw before. Okay. It's easy to get lost in this thing. It's pretty big. Got some battery storage. Got a little maintenance room, looks like. Now the thing is, they plan to put all of this stuff into use eventually, like the maintenance systems, and I mean they plan a lot of things, but they've been planning a lot of things for a lot of years, so we won't get too overly excited. So here is a bathroom. Here is toilet. Why didn't that close? Close. No, I didn't want to do that. Okay. Bathrooms. Crew quarters. Got bunks they can sleep in. Another bathroom. Okay. And now we're in the right hallway, which this should lead to the turret that we were just looking at. What is this? We already go in here? This is just another maintenance room. So you got a maintenance room. Oh, got a maintenance room on both sides. Crew quarters, captain's quarters. Then back here we have this area where it looks like the engine systems, the power plant, I guess is what this is. Pretty darn cool. It's got this blue stuff coming off of it. The only thing I would say I don't love about this ship is how small the cargo area is for how big the ship is. I mean, you could probably fit, you couldn't fit like a tank in here, and this is a war machine. You could probably fit a rover in here. Maybe if you had a rover that was like an armed one. Blast door. Okay. And then this probably goes to the turret that's on the back end of the ship. Getting in these turrets is a little bit glitchy. Oh my gosh, you're upside down in this turret. You see how you have to power on the turrets individually and everything? This is the level of detail that Star Citizen has that... Okay, this is weirding me out being upside down. But they have such a high level of detail. And they always have. They've always had this high level. I mean, just look at the textures, the warning text on everything. I mean, the detail on the steps. Just look at the texture on the steps. It's like the most realistic non-slip steps you've ever seen in a game. It's truly incredible. It can be extremely frustrating if you've been a fan of this game for years and years and years and it's still nowhere near finished, but man, they really do. There's a ladder that goes up there. Alright, so let's fly this thing. See what it's like to fly a ship this big that's meant for combat. I'm assuming it's probably fairly nimble. I've flown some huge ships. I've flown the 890 Jump and some of the other huge ships, but they don't have... Like, they're not meant to be maneuverable, basically. They're meant to be big and luxurious, and they're just cruisers. This thing, being a combat ship, you would think that it would be designed to be a little more maneuverable. Now, this bridge being underneath the front of this thing, it's an interesting viewpoint that it's going to give you. Alright, let's take a look at this thing. So this is the rear. Oh boy, we're seeing some glitches. Okay, apparently the view doesn't want to work anymore. Good lord. Yeah, I can't move the view anymore, so we'll have to try that again once we get out of here. Okay, so we need to power our engines on, so we're going to have to turn everything off. And then we're going to turn everything on.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green.
At least I think the engines are on. Maybe not. How do I turn my engines on? There's a lot of controls, but most of them don't seem to do anything. That turns the power off. What does this one do? Oh, I didn't want to turn the power off. I want to turn the power back on. There we go. Flight ready. So engines are on.
Systems green.
Seems like the closed exterior. Okay. So we are powered. Is the view working now? Maybe? So you can see this is the front of the ship. It actually looks like it's backwards because it's pointed in the rear, but it's got a big flat square nose in the front. And this view is not working. Alright, so we need to request takeoff, so they'll open the doors.
You are clear to launch.
We should hear the very large doors opening above us. Actually, you can see the light coming in from the doors opening above us. Can't control the view for some reason, so that's not good. Let's see how hard it is to get this thing off the ground. Oh, it actually takes off nice and easy.
Landing gear retracted.
Doors are still opening. Wow, this is a huge hangar. Oh my gosh, this hangar is massive. So this is where Star Citizen can blow you away. The city is all there, and there's even a planet in Star Citizen where the entire planet is one massive city, like Coruscant from Star Wars, and you can fly for hours in any direction around this planet, and they are full planets. The entire planet is there. You can fly for hours in any direction, and it never ends. It just goes and goes and goes. It's the craziest thing. I don't know how long I flew in a direction trying to see how far it went, but it blew me away that no matter how far I went, no matter how much time I spent flying at high speed in any direction, there was just infinite massive city with skyscrapers and neon lights, and it just really blew me away. And that is the magic of Star Citizen. Take a look at this. This is us leaving the planet's surface, leaving Lorville on Hurston. Unfortunately, I can't control the view like I should be able to. Maybe it's something to do with this ship has a view issue, I don't know. But you can fly out of atmosphere, and once you get out of atmosphere, then turn around and look at the planet and see all the places that you can see all the places on the planet that you can land, which we are flying at the sun, so I can't see my altitude. Okay, so we're at 30,000. So I want to go to Microtech. Here's a question. Does the ship have any weapons that the pilot can use? Alright. So we are in the edge of space now. So take a look. This is the planet we just left. Now, can't see the view with all the... Really sucks that... Oh, wait, there we go. It's moving a little bit. Oh, God. You see how detailed this ship is. And we are underneath the nose, which we cannot see because I can't control the view for some reason like I'm supposed to. I don't know what that's all about. Okay, so let's find, let's see, where is, I would like to go to Microtech and take a look at okay, so there's Microtech.
Quantum travel initiated.
So I think as the pilot, I don't actually have control of any guns. So even though this ship is a war machine, I'm going to do something really risky, and I'm going to get out of my seat while we're in quantum, because it's going to be a few minutes. I say risky because I played Star Citizen back in the old days when doing stuff like this would crash your game. Okay, maybe it doesn't anymore, I don't know. Alright, so we need to drink something because we are thirsty. So this is how it works in Star Citizen. You have to take off your helmet, and then you have to drink. He's got to unscrew the cap every time. And then there is a way, I think, to drink the whole thing, like chug the whole thing, but I haven't been able to figure out how to do that, so I have to sit here and do this repetitively. Come on. And one of the great problems in Star Citizen that they have is this stuff takes up your inventory space. There's no working trash receptacles anywhere. So everybody just drinks something, and then when they're done with it, they just drop it on the ground. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to drop it in this bridge of this ship because I don't want to carry the darn thing around. But then you got trash laying everywhere. When you go to some of the ports where there's a lot of foot traffic, you see stuff just laying everywhere. Hospital gowns when people respawn after dying. See, there's our drink bottle just laying in the floor. So I just want to take a look one more time at this one area, this area right here. I don't understand what this is. This door, is this a medical bay? No. Drop pods? Maybe for dropping troops? I don't know. And then this little room. Oh boy. And now we've done it because we took our helmet off. And we just jumped out of our ship at light speed, which should have obliterated us into dust, but instead it left us millions of light years out into the middle of nowhere. So we're going to go back to the menu and then go back into the universe and see what in the world is going to happen. I don't know if it's going to count us as having died and if it will punish us for that, or if it's just going to respawn, like put us back somewhere safely. I really don't know. I've never been lost at space. Well, okay, that's not true. I have been lost in space without a ship, but that was a long time ago, and the game was a lot different back then. Okay, so we're on foot. We still have our stuff, so that's a bonus. We're in an apartment, so the hammerhead is just flying carelessly through space at light speed. So that's cool. Wait, is the exit up here or is the exit downstairs? I think these are all just, yeah, these are just apartments. You see the NPCs standing on the... Oh, the exit's upstairs. Okay. It's like whatever it is, they will just stand on top of it. I don't understand. Alright, ground floor. Yeah, so that's the hammerhead. It's kind of... I mean, I guess it's kind of a useless ship if you don't have a crew, because you can't even shoot as the pilot. So basically, you're this big bad ship with all these guns that aren't... Okay. Something just knocked me down, but I don't know what it was. Is it because my health is low, or is it because the weather is bad? Maybe the weather is bad out here. I'm like struggling to walk. You can hear the wind blowing. Maybe it's supposed to be really windy. I mean, look at how... I mean, I hate on this game a lot because it's a broken mess sometimes. But just look at how detailed everything is. Even places you can't... Well, I mean, technically you can go anywhere. We could go on the roof of any of these buildings. We could spawn our ship and go land anywhere in the city. But just the amount of detail is really crazy. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is we need to heal ourselves. Because we're still hurt from when we ejected out of the ship with no... Come on. Carry the med pen. Okay. Apparently that's just broken. That's great. Let's try that again. The worst thing is it is using our med pins. So like we're losing one every time I tell it to carry it, and it's not putting it in his hand. So I can't actually use it. There we go. Okay. Full health. There we go. Oh, and now I have another one in my hand. Okay. Okay. So we didn't lose it. Okay. Alright, let's see. No. Now I have another one in my hand. See, this is the kind of stuff. Okay. Alright, so let's see. Where do we need to go? Metro Center... Food and drink, repair stuff, or the hospital. No, I think we need to go Metro Center. I think. Yeah. We need to go to the spaceport. But you see, like, the level of detail in everything is what drew me to Star Citizen in the first place all those years ago. Because even though it was 2012 or 2013 or whatever it was, I think it was 2012, at that time, the stuff they showed had the best graphics of any game I had ever seen. And then, for the next 11 or 12 years, they continued to improve the graphics to a point where no matter what happened, no matter what generation of consoles were out there, no matter what graphics cards were out there for computers, Star Citizen had the best graphics of any game out there. Now, it wasn't a full game. It was still in the alpha, which, I mean, I guess this is an alpha, but to me it feels like a tech demo more than a game, because there's just not a lot of game here. There is some game here. Maybe I should quit calling it a tech demo. Maybe I'm being a hater. If you guys are Star Citizen fans and you love this game, you can tell me I'm a hater in the comments, and I'll be accepting of that, because I am kind of being a hater. But it's been a long time, and I've seen so many updates that have completely destroyed the game and made it unplayable, and had so many horrible experiences playing it, but also so many great experiences. I've never had a game that was as bipolar as Star Citizen. It can be the greatest game you've ever played for about 30 minutes. It'll be more immersive, better graphics, like seeing the sunset on a planet while you're with your friends and you're mining and stuff. Like stuff like that. And then, you know, you're operating with flashlights, and you get in your ship and turn the lights on and fly along the planet's surface, and it's lighting up all the planet's surface, and you know, all that stuff is phenomenal. Like, it is just, it's so good. It's so good. It's hard to even explain how good it is. I've played games since the late 80s, early 90s. I've been a gamer for a really long
Your
time.
insurance claim has been sent.
And Star Citizen does have,
Please visit us again. Goodbye.
it does have like this
Welcome
level
to the
of
ASOP
fidelity
vehicle retrieval system.
and true physics and stuff like that that
Vehicle
is
swap.
just
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
alright. Hangar 09.
Please visit us again.
It makes you want to believe that they're one day going to finally be done with this game, and it's going to be the greatest game ever made. To some people who are huge fans of the game, and I would say a little bit unfair to the rest of the gaming world, oh shoot, what was it? Hangar 9, I think? To some people, Star Citizen is already the greatest game ever created, which is a little over ambitious. What is with the elevator doors? Like, they open and then immediately close. Okay, so this time we're flying a Freelancer, which is a much smaller ship. And it's an older ship. Freelancer's been around for many, many years. It's been around a long, long time. Is there not a control panel somewhere? Do I have to just use inner thought to open it? I guess so. Okay. But the Freelancer is a cool ship. I've always liked it. Always thought it was really neat. It's ugly. It's an ugly ship. Definitely. Wait, what did I just do? Oh god. I thought I broke my game. I clicked into a gun turret. I don't want to be in the gun turret. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Oh god. Maybe I did break the game. Okay. Jesus. So we'll close the back hatch, turn on our flashlight because it's dark in here. So this Freelancer is, I think, the exploration version of the Freelancer. There's different versions. There's like a combat version, there's a heavy hauler version. There's maybe that's it, combat hauler, like cargo hauler, and then this one is the exploration version. It's pretty bare bones, it looks like, actually. So that goes to the cockpit. This is the crew quarters here. Where does this go? Oh, this is the side door, the ladder that goes down. Okay. So this is good old Freelancer. It's been around a long time. They've updated it over the years to make it kind of up to the par of the newer ships that have come. Okay. Do we have a power switch? Do we have... There was something. Oh my gosh. Okay. Never mind. I'll just use the hotkey. Okay. You can tell I fly DCS because I'm like wanting to use the switches and buttons, and it's just not cooperating at all. So this thing is pretty cool. I don't know why it's orange and blue or red and blue like it is, but it's a pretty cool ship. You see the detail on it. It's got some guns on the sides. You see the turret on the rear. That's the turret we accidentally got into. And it's pretty cool. Alright, let's see if we can take this thing. Wait a minute, why are our engines not on? How do I turn my engines on? There we go. Okay, so now we should be able to take off. So you see how detailed the landing gear is. Retract that. Don't want to run into their sign. Freelancer is not exactly a speed demon. I wonder if this is big enough to fit a tumbler or a cyclone in here. I'll try to find out. So you can see the weight of this thing is pulling the nose down. Clouds are kind of blocking the view, but as we get further out, you'll be able to see better. The clouds are also very impressive in this, as someone who flies DCS and Microsoft Flight Simulator, who have the best clouds of any game. Microsoft Flight Simulator has the edge there. They've got the best clouds of any game ever made. But Star Citizen's definitely up in that top 2, top 3 for clouds. Their detail is pretty insane. Alright. Okay, so we left the Armistice Zone, which means we are no longer protected. Weapons are available to people out here where we are now, which means we can get killed. And in a Freelancer, you're kind of a fat target because you're big, you're not overly armored, or defended. Alright, let's see here. Alright, so we're gonna have to jump somewhere to get away from. Oof, these are some far jumps. I'd rather not jump that far if we don't have to. Looking for something that's a shorter distance. Alright, I guess we'll do that one. So when you're in Quantum, you have this beautiful view of your ship in quantum travel. You can see it's pretty amazing, and it shows the detail. You can see my little pilot flying in there, and yeah, Star Citizen, it's really hard to like love it with some of the problems it's had and some of the things. Like, there's still every huge media announcement that they do, like CitizenCon or something like that, they're still announcing new features, like huge features, like massive features that will take years to develop. They're still announcing new ones 12 years after they started this project. So I'm not hopeful for this thing being finished anytime soon, not even remotely soon. But I hope that the product that is playable continues to get better and better, so that at least the people who have invested so heavily, some of these people have spent thousands of dollars in Star Citizen. I mean, I feel bad for those people. Like, I've put probably over the years, probably somewhere around $400 or $500 into Star Citizen. But to have put thousands of dollars, some people put like over $10,000 into Star Citizen because they believed in this project. And that, to me, is like, sometimes they release updates, and when they do, it just breaks the whole game, so you can't even play it for a while. Like, it just crashes constantly and has all these problems. Like, if I was somebody who had invested that heavily in Star Citizen and that kind of stuff happened where the game wasn't even playable, I don't know what I would do. Like, I don't know what my opinion would be, but I think I would be pretty horribly upset. Just based on even how I feel now. Alright, we're gonna have to do this. Oops, that's the wrong one. There it is. Alright. So we're gonna jump to Microtech. But it's really weird because I go through spurts where I play Star Citizen and I get really into it and I start mining, and I don't really care for PvP that much. I'm kind of a casual, I guess. I like to mine. I like to do cargo runs where I'm delivering packages and stuff. Which we could do in this ship. This ship is actually really good for a cargo run. Delivering cargo in a freelancer is pretty much what they were designed for. And like, it's just, you know, there is a variation in gameplay. You have bounty missions, you have missions where there's bad guys you have to take out, and I did one with a friend the other night, and it was good. It was surprisingly good. We had a good time. We took out a bunch of thugs and save some place that had been overtaken. There was a bunch of dead security guards and some dead civilians, and we took out the bad guys who took over the place, and it was cool. It was very cool. The shooting's pretty good in Star Citizen. It's not, you know, as good as like Ready or Not or Squad or, you know, some of these other really good tactical shooters, but it strives to be that good. They're trying to make it that good. And I don't know how many years it's going to be before this thing is finished, but I would imagine by the time it's finished, the shooting will be a very good tactical first-person shooter that they have worked on for years and years. And the same thing, you know, the flight stuff is kind of, I mean, just look at that. Look how beautiful that is. The lighting and everything. It's really incredible. The flight feel in Star Citizen has changed a lot over the years. It's evolved. And there's different flight modes even within the game. You can switch the way your ship flies and it will handle and feel completely different. And it's solid. It's pretty good. Now I prefer realistic flight like DCS or Flight Sim or something like that. That's more of my kind of thing. But Star Citizen definitely has a believable space flight system where you have momentum, and once you build momentum in one direction, it takes a lot of thrust to change directions. You can't just immediately turn and take off in the other direction. You have to stop all that forward momentum, and then so it is a very realistic feeling flight model and everything. Combat's good. Combat is very hard. You have to manage weapons and shields and engines, and I'm not very good at the combat because I just haven't really spent much time doing it. I do have some combat ships. I have a couple of combat ships. But, you know, it's the kind of project that you can love and you can play and you can have a really good time with your friends playing. But when somebody asks you, hey, I just saw this video on Star Citizen, man, that game looks awesome. My first thing that I say to people when they say that is stay away. For the love of God, don't invest in Star Citizen. But at the same time, I'm over here enjoying it, having a good time with it from time to time. Not all the time, but from time to time. So it's kind of a weird situation. Like, I want to love it. I want to tell everyone, yes, play Star Citizen. It's amazing. It's the best. I mean, look at this. You come into a planet. And this entire massive planet is available. You can go anywhere on this planet if you wanted to, and you had enough food and drinks to keep yourself sustained. You could land anywhere on this planet and walk for the rest of your life until you died and never see everything on this planet. That's how huge they are. I mean, they're massive. And yeah, like other games, like there's just not other games that have this level of fidelity very often. I mean, DCS is one of these types of things where the fidelity is to a point where people think it's ridiculous to an extent. And maybe it is ridiculous to an extent. But man, it's cool. It's so cool. Look at how this works. This is how you jump to different points on a planet, because it would take you an eternity to fly there manually. So you use like a shortened quantum jump to jump your way around the planet's surface to find different locations. It does have a glitch where the HUD gets blurry, which it's doing right now. I don't know why it's doing that. Alright, so let's turn that off so we can enjoy the visuals of all this. But you see just how detailed this game is. I mean, it's the things that they set out to do. I will say this: the fact that whole planets and whole moons are in the game and they are detailed on a granular level, like anywhere on any planet you can go land and walk around, and for the most part you will be blown away by the level of detail that is there, like what you can see and the detail of the terrain and the rocks and the trees and the snow and the everything. It's crazy good. It's really hard to imagine that very many games will ever reach the level that Star Citizen has reached, because I don't think very many games will ever try to. I don't think very many games will ever have the budget or freedom to, because the only reason Star Citizen has been able to do what it's done, you know, is because there is no overlord. There's no corporate controlling power telling them, hey, you got to have this thing done by X number of days from now, or you got to finish this game by 2021, or, you know, there's nobody. There's no corporate overlord. It's literally just Chris Roberts and his developers working on this thing. And they kind of have freedom to just do whatever they want to do. They've been doing it for this many years, and it's gotten them this far. So they just keep doing more and more and more. And as long as people keep buying ships and supporting the cause and paying subscriptions and everything else, they're going to continue to do what they've done all these years. And it's pretty incredible. I think they're up to like almost $600 million they've raised to develop this game, which is the largest crowdfunded game by a huge margin. You see that right there? That is an 890 jump. That is a huge luxury cruiser. It's basically like a yacht, like a really big yacht in Star Citizen. Oh, let's go through this side door. So it's pretty inclement weather on this planet. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to see what kind of vehicle we can fit in the Freelancer. Those are actually missiles. Didn't realize the Freelancer had missiles. That's cool. So I don't know if the Cyclone... Thing is, even if I could get the Cyclone in here, I don't know if I could get in and out of it. Let's try it. You see how huge everything is in this game? I thought I landed really close to the vehicle spawn area, but that's it, way over here. This is what they call an armistice zone, which means they can't kill you here. Like, you can't even pull your weapons out or anything here. See a ship bouncing up and down over there. That's cool. There is a button, or a keybind, for wiping your face mask when you're in the weather like this, but I don't have it bound, so I don't have a way to do that right now.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Alright. So there is I have quite a few different vehicles to choose from. We could use the rock and go do some mining. But let's just see if the cyclone... Oh no, we have to claim
Your
it.
insurance claim has been sent. Thank you.
Alright, 35 seconds. So I don't know if this thing will fit, and even if it does fit, I don't know if I can get in and out of it once it's inside the ship, but we're gonna try, see if it fits or not.
Vehicle selected. Stand by.
Okay. I don't know why it's taking so long. What's going on? Oh boy. What is going on? I'm stuck. I can't move. I can't do anything. What is going on here?
Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Okay, so it didn't spawn my vehicle.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Vehicle selected. Stand by. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
What in the world? Is this thing broken?
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
One more time.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following.
There
Please
we
visit
go.
us again.
Alright. Now this thing is cool. It's like the closest thing to the Halo Warthog I think I've ever seen in another game. And they even have a version of it that has a gun turret on the back and everything. Actually, this is the version that has the gun turret on the back. Okay. So this thing is super fun to drive. Take a look at it and take it for a spin. Yeah. Look at how cool this thing is. And just look at the level of detail. Yeah, this thing is really cool. It's fun to drive. It's fast. Never actually had somebody man the turret in this thing before. Never had anybody to shoot at or anything like that, but I can see where this thing could be a lot of fun. Oh shoot. Okay, I guess we survived that. I thought we were about to die. Alright, let's slow down a little bit this time. That's a little bit crazy. Okay, so let's see if this thing will fit in our Freelancer. Seems like the weather is actually getting worse. Whoa, slippery. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. Oh Lord. No. Nope. We'll be lucky if we survive this. And now we're stuck. Let's get out of here. Okay, so that is not going to work. I have other ships that are plenty big enough to haul this and other vehicles, but not the Freelancer. Alright, so let's see what else we can take. Maybe we'll just take a hover bike. I wonder if the rock will fit in there.
To the ASOP vehicle retrieval
I need
system.
to actually test that because the rock, where is it?
Please
Right.
visit us again. Goodbye.
What is wrong with this terminal?
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system. Please visit us again. Goodbye. Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
I don't know if the server is about to
Your insurance
crash or
claim has
what
been
is
sent.
going on.
Thank you.
50 seconds. So the Gray
Please
the
visit
Gray
us
Cat
again.
Rock
Goodbye.
is a mining vehicle. It's a single man mining truck, basically, like a little rover that does mining. And it can be pretty valuable if you're a solo player like I usually am, and you're looking to do some mining, which I have very little experience in mining. But what is that noise? Sounds like there's something like rolling around in the floor. Maybe it's supposed to be because of the weather? I don't know.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Almost time.
Your vehicle has been delivered to. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
It's not there. What do you mean?
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system. Please visit us again.
It says it's there, but it's not there. I've never seen an invisible vehicle before, but yeah, there's nothing here. Okay, so apparently this is just really badly broken right now. It's such a shame that it's so much of a hassle to do everything, because it is. Wait, there it is. Oh, of course, I go back inside and then the thing reappears.
Systems activating.
Okay.
Systems on.
So this thing might actually work because you load in and out of it from the front. So it might just barely fit in this Freelancer. I don't know. It's going to be close. Well, let's take a look at it first. Very simple little industrial rover with a mining laser on it. Oh boy. Doesn't want to climb up this thing. Well, physically, The space is big enough to fit it, but I don't know if the game is going to allow us. No, I don't think so. Okay, alright, we won't push it. This is the kind of thing that gets you killed in Star Citizen. Okay, so I guess the only thing that we can carry would be a hover bike. That kind of makes me disappointed for the Freelancer. I wonder if I think the Max is a lot wider inside, so the vehicles would fit. But it's also only for cargo, so it's a lot less armed weapons-wise and a little more of just a cargo ship. Alright, one more time. I promise I'll leave after
to the
this
ASOP
one.
vehicle
Kiosk.
retrieval system.
Alright, this one.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following. Please visit us again.
And we
Goodbye.
get another. It must just be the servers having a hard time because it hasn't spawned yet, but it says, you see that little marker, that means that your vehicle is there, but it hasn't spawned it in yet, so the server's just having some problems spawning in vehicles, I guess. Maybe because of the amount of assets that are around. That 890 jump is a pretty big asset. It's just chilling over there. I mean, look at that thing. Let's go. Well, here, we'll get on this and we'll go take a look at it. This thing is cool. It's like the hover bikes from Star Wars, basically.
Hello and welcome aboard your Drake interplanetary craft.
The only bad thing is bad thing about the Dragonfly is that it's very easy to kill yourself with this thing. Yeah, the 890 jump is pretty cool. I had one for a while. It is extremely luxurious and nice inside. It's just massive. So much detail. Okay, so we got the hover bike in here. Hopefully that will go okay. It looks like it's not sitting very well, but okay. So this is basically what Star Citizen is currently, unless you're part of an org or you have friends and you guys have like a specific mission that you're going to go do, or you're going to go do a certain type of mission. There's just a lot of this, a lot of hanging out, trying to figure out something to do. Why can I not get in the pilot seat? What's going on? can sit in the co-pilot seat. That's cool. That's cool, but we need to fly the ship. Oh no, don't tell me our freelancer is broken. Alright, let's try exiting the ship and see if that will wake it up, let us back in. Alright, ladder. Back inside. Very cool. Oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me. Wait, there it is. Okay. Whew. Thought we were stuck. Alright, so this video is basically just let's check out what's going on with Star Citizen lately type video. Which maybe nobody asked for. Maybe nobody cares. But once again, after months and months of staying away, I am curious again and back playing Star Citizen a little bit again. And yeah, just wanted to make a video kind of showing that it's still the best looking game out there. It has the best graphics, and I didn't include it on my top 10 graphics list that I created because I didn't consider this a full-fledged game, and it didn't deserve to be in a top 10 graphics list because I feel like that's cheating. It's not a finished game. But it is a really, really cool alpha / tech demo that could one day end up being one of the coolest games ever made. It's already pretty cool, but it just has some problems. I was trying to show you guys one area of this particular planet. There's actually like green grass, and that's the other thing. The planets have different biomes, and there is actually like sunny, nice areas on this planet, even though where we just were was frozen and horrible. There is like nice areas where it's really trying to use our boost to get us a little bit out of the atmosphere here so we can find a place to hopefully see some pretty green grass and some trees and whatever else. Now the next update that they're promising is supposed to add animal life and some other things. I haven't honestly looked into it that terribly much because I don't follow Star Citizen hype anymore. I used to follow it all the time. I used to watch every YouTube video that came out about Star Citizen, and I would get so hyped for the next update, and the next update would come and it would completely destroy the game and nothing would work. And so I finally reached a point where I just said, enough is enough. I'm going to step back. I'm going to take a break from this for a while, and I'll check it out later, and if it's great, great. So basically when I play Star Citizen is at the tail end of like the second half of the time that each big update comes out. When the first part of the new update comes along, it's usually very broken and very buggy. I think we just flew to the dark side of the planet. Yes, we did. So that is not the experience I was hoping to give you guys.
Quantum travel complete.
There is an area, I can't remember the name of it, but when I see it, I'll remember it. Somewhere on this planet. It's like something heart or something like that. It's not Ghost Hollow. There it is, Harper's Point. That's the one. Ugh, it looks like it's in the dark though. It's not far from here.
Quantum travel complete.
Alright, so I guess we're just gonna see the planet in the dark. The hardest thing is going to be not crashing into the planet's surface, because that is very easy to do in Star Citizen. Because when it's dark, it is truly, truly dark. Not like in the other game that you play where nighttime you can still see everything. Star Citizen is true darkness. Going for realism over fun. Which is still fun in its own way. Trying to manage our speed here so we don't get too low too fast. We're about 6,000 meters above the surface of the planet, but I'm not sure exactly what angle we're coming in at. Oh, apparently there's a way to cheat the game. Okay. Whoa! And there is the planet's surface. Found it the hard way. Kind of on a mountain, which I don't want to be on a mountain. I would rather be in a flatter area. Oh boy. Well, this is going to end badly, I think, so what we should do is just cut our losses and get out of this thing before it blows up.
Landing gear down. Landing successful.
Well, the ship's smoking and having some problems because of the impact we had with the ground. Wow, that's not creepy. Whoa, hello, 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 hello. We are uncontrollably sliding down the hill. Oh, we landed on a rock, so... Oh my gosh, part of our ship just blew off. Okay. This is about to really turn into a buggy mess, but we're going to try to get that hover bike out of there and get away from this thing before it blows up.
Hello and welcome aboard your Drake interplanetary craft. Your systems are online.
Uh-oh. What's wrong? This thing won't move. What's going on here? Oh, it's because the engine's not on.
Engines online.
Alright guys. Oh my gosh, the thing is way up in the air. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, so this is Star Citizen in 2024. I think I made a Star Citizen video back in 2022 or 2023. Just kind of showing off the state of the game. And that's kind of what I was doing today. Just showing once again. It's beautiful. It's got some amazing, awe-inspiring moments, but it also has some problems. It doesn't do too well. But, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. If you want to see more Star Citizen, please let me know. I have some friends that play it. I could make some videos of us doing missions together and stuff like that. Just let me know what you want to see. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Have a good day.